a fourth person has died in the flood disaster that's still gripping the mid-north coast of New South Wales. Police say a passing motorist saw a vehicle run off the road near Coffs Harbour. It was a 70-year-old local man. 3 other people have been confirmed dead in the weather event and 1 is still missing. There are more than 150 warnings in place across the state as it endures one of its worst flooding events in decades. Now, 40 of those warnings are at an emergency level. We have pictures coming into us. I spoke to Jim Callanan last hour, and you'll remember that he was on the outskirts of Taree. He was making his way into the CBD. He's been able to send us some pictures back, and this is the main street of Taree that runs adjacent to the river. It is low-lying, but you can see just the extent of damage there. The floods moved very fast, very quickly. Moved higher very quickly, I should say, and the damage to all of those businesses, shops and homes will be counted as we speak. So Jim Callanan and his cameraman Chris in there. This is pictures just into us in the Taree CBD.
Been a bit of a nightmare. I struggled to get inside. All the bottles obviously were blocking the doorway. It was about 1 or 2 inches thick of mud, the smell, but I've kind of gotten used to the smell now, so yellow.
How high was it?
It actually, so 2021 it reached just above rib height, and we came in the day before trying to restock the shelves to try and pop it up a lot higher. We got it to about chest height thinking that we were going to be okay, and then so on the door level out the back you've actually got about that high, so over 2 metres, surely, yeah.
Much of the attention is turning south now. Live to our Sky News weather presenter Nicolina Carufe in Morpeth in the Maitland. Nicolina, what are the conditions like there at the moment?
Well, overnight, that was really that last hit of heavy rainfall here, Laura. These areas here in the Hunter, especially that coastline, receiving another bout of about 100 to 150 millimetres here, topping up the river levels, which are the major concern here. So whilst it's looking dry today, that system moving down south, these river levels are still rising. And we're here on the Hunter River, which is the main river that's of concern that moves through Maitland, that's impacting here in Morpeth. We're just behind the bridge, which is cut off. The SES is at the top of this bridge telling people to turn around. It's one of 45 road closures around this area that's been causing quite a bit of disruption. The properties behind me here and the images that we've been seeing throughout the morning is very much these properties becoming islands. They've been completely cut off and isolated. They have been coming in through dinghies. We've seen a few people come in with their dinghy trying to get supplies in, trying to make sure that they're keeping their food supply up, and of course medical assistance as well. We actually spoke to a nurse earlier this morning as well who said that they're offering free telehealth services to these people in the community that have been cut off to keep that connection going. There has been quite a bit of disruption and also damage here. So there has been damage to some of the work gear on properties. They've spent a lot of time as this water was starting to very slowly increase in this area, starting to get their livestock up to higher ground and making sure that their machinery was put to the highest point there. They have experienced this. This is one of the most flood-prone regions of New South Wales, so they are used to that. But it has led to school closures here, a lot of people working from home here, and the SES scattered all around, making sure people are not arriving or driving through floodwaters. This is what some of the locals had to say.
We've been about a week without work now, so yeah, we just got to wait until the water goes down and hopefully go from there. I think they're only getting worse. I think tomorrow and Sunday, I think it's going to get worse, and then hopefully eases next week. But yeah, it's pretty bad, eh? There's a lot of people suffering.
My mum is 90, but we forced her to leave. It's to just wait for it to go down and then start all over again. You just got to suck it up and move on. Yeah, there'll be a while for it dries before we can do anything.
They're expecting quite a bit of crop loss here in this area as well, especially along the Hunter River region. Now, the SES, 177 flood rescues since 9 a.m. yesterday. They have been very vocal in making sure that people adhere to the warnings.
Make sure that you are well aware of the risks in your local community and where you live or where you may be travelling through. Stay vigilant. Do not drive through floodwaters. I thank the community for heeding our warnings. really important you do so. The community's worked really well with the New South Wales SES.
Now, the forecast for the Hunter River specifically, that's that it will rise. So it's at around 8 metres at the moment, going to 8.9 metres, and that is that river flow coming up from above. There's an emergency warning up in Paterson, which is very close to where we are at the moment, and people there have been told to isolate and to remain in a safe position. And the other issue here around Maitland especially is the damage to the road. So once that water subsides, the warning is to make sure that you're watching where you're driving and keeping safe.
Nicolina, thanks so much.